Well, ladies and gentlemen, I actually can't believe that I'm gonna say this or make this video, but it's another day, another rant, and I really was thinking about this over the past weekend, and honestly, this is a bit shocking for me, and honestly, you're gonna see where I'm going with this by the end of the video, and I'm probably gonna bring up a game or two that you either have not played in a long time, you either hate it, or you're just kind of indifferent to, you don't really care. But you gotta let me cook here and let me explain my thought process with everything, and you'll see how I tie it into Call of Duty very soon. But I've kind of been looking around the gaming landscape here lately and just been looking at other games, because we all know right now Call of Duty in terms of player base is lower, and the overall interest and fatigue of the game has definitely hit a point. I mean, I'm thinking maybe to the IW era, but honestly, if I'm being truthful, I feel like this might be the lowest point we've ever experienced as a Call of Duty fan, a creator. Hey, good time to create Call of Duty content, guys. I really made it there. But anyway, so I've been looking around, and there's obviously been two games in the last week that have just been absolutely crushing it. One of these I kind of just caught up with because I haven't been paying too close attention to it lately, but let me bring these two games up to you now, and it's Fortnite and it's Arc Raiders. Now, before you click off the video, trust me, I'm going to explain my thought process here. If you're like me, you haven't played Fortnite in a very long time. Some of you maybe never even played this game, but I was a massive fan when it was first coming out, 2017. I remember downloading this game. I don't even know why I did it. I was in the era of, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I was the first person to download this, but I downloaded it very early. I think just because it was free to play, it was colorful, it was like this new mechanic of building, and absolutely fell in love with it. Like, I played Fortnite super heavy from 2017 to probably till Warzone came out, and just absolutely loved it. And I really checked out of that world. Didn't really like how the game became all about collabs, and didn't really like the new seasons, how they changed certain things, and it became kind of like a Roblox clone with, if you go to the main menu, you just see like a bunch of games, and again, it's just not for me at this point in time. But I saw that their recent update kind of blew a lot of expectations out of the water. It kind of was reminiscent of an old school Fortnite update, and if you didn't play back then, they were just crushing it. The updates were great. It was new content. There was a story behind everything. And I know it sounds crazy because it is a battle royale, but there was so many things, the cube, and listen, I got Fortnite knowledge. I just don't really have anywhere to talk about it with, but hopefully it will help today. So I saw that I think it was chapter 7, and let's start off by this, man. It was chapter 6, and then it was chapter 7. How they did that, where it was the 6-7 meme, is crazy. And their chapters changed from 6 to 7. I don't know how they managed to do that. They just always seem to understand the culture. But what they did with this update was introduce so many new things. It almost feels like every time Fortnite comes out with a new season, they somehow introduce something new. I don't understand it. This game has now been out for 8 years. I guess coming up on 9, because it came out in 2017, at least the battle royale version. And this past chapter that just came out, I think Friday or something, introduced self-revive. So, like, just like Warzone has, when you go down, if you have this, I think, attached or something, it takes a couple seconds, and then you self-revive, and then you're good to go. It has like a self-revived car where your teammates can like throw you into the car, and it will revive you as you drive away. And then they introduce ragdoll physics. So like when you go down, you're like spinning, or you can like spin. I don't know if that makes any sense. There'll be a visual cue on the screen, but it's just like another way to get away from the action and get away from the fight. And it's just unique, fun, And they're always trying to innovate. And then obviously there's one more thing that I don't think has been put into the game yet, but it's been pretty much leaked, that Fortnite's going to be getting a gulag, just like Warzone. And you're going to go into this, I guess, area where you gulag another person. And in this time, it's not a gunfight. It's rock, paper, scissors, best of 3. So I don't know how that's going to work or what the style is of that is, but I just think it's like fun. And I love that they're doing it. Now, the funny thing with this is the person where it's going to tie into Call of Duty here is very soon. The person that is in charge of this whole battle royale scene now is a developer named Ted Timmons. Shout out to Ted. I actually met him at COD Next, and the reason that I met him at COD Next is because he was a Warzone developer. So he was developing and I guess leading Warzone when it was like the MW3 era, the new one, when they had to redo all of what MW2 caused, and really was a decent era of Call of Duty, or in Warzone era, and in multiplayer as well, because he was like trying to innovate and do things and recover and kind of get this ship back to where it was back in MW19. And I think that that's funny how he then left Call of Duty, I think about a year ago now, went to Fortnite and has come in there and just cooked, done a bunch of stuff, done, you know, it seems like they've just allowed him to kind of have some creative freedom and go, hey man, what do we need? What do we need for a refresh here? And he's brought a lot of Warzone things into Fortnite, and it's probably gonna make it a better experience. Now, another thing, what I mentioned with Arc Raiders here is, this is a very small thing, okay? It's a very small thing, but I saw the roadmap. I don't play a lot of Arc Raiders. I get the popularity. I get what's going on. I did play it on the second channel, Tdawg 2. Had a good time. I don't see myself going into the game every single day, extracting, blah, 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 blah. Extraction shooters just solely, they really aren't for me. So I can see why people love it, and that's a great thing. That really has nothing to do with this video, but the part of the Arc Raiders content map that I saw was that they were gonna introduce snow on the map. Okay, snow on the map during December. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, unless you're maybe living in California, but it makes sense to somebody who lives in Maryland. Wow, it's cold outside. The map's gonna have snow on it. It makes it feel like you're immersion. The immersion of the game feels like what's going on outside. And I just feel like that's such a small thing, but it's such a massive thing, a big thing. Because I wrote down in my notes here, I think we've been asking for a snow map from Warzone since Warzone came out. And what happened with Warzone? 2025, the Warzone's been a thing for 5 years now. We are getting some snow on Rebirth Island, but it's in season 2, not in season 1. Now, season 1 comes out in a couple days. Season 2, what's that gonna be? February? March, maybe? I don't know. I don't know was it 90 days or something like that? I don't mean to be mean, but maybe I am being a little mean. I don't think anybody's gonna care in March that we get a snow rebirth. How long is it gonna be snow for? A month? By then it's April. The flowers are blooming, everybody's happy, we wanna see the sun again, and then we're gonna have snow on the map. So I just feel like they're just a little bit behind when it comes to these updates and staying current. And I have on my second half of my notes where I'm starting to think, and correct me if I'm wrong and let me know what you guys think in the comments, maybe it's not the developers. Maybe the developers are not the people we should have issues with. Maybe it is solely Activision. Now, I know Activision doesn't have a good rep or anything like that. It's not like this is something, this is not a groundbreaking statement by me that we should be a little upset with Activision. But I think sometimes for a lot of the case here, we get frustrated with the devs because they can't do this, or they won't do this, or they're doing this instead of that. And maybe it's because they have their hands tied behind their back by Activision, or maybe it's just one hand tied behind the back. And for an example that I kind of thought about, if you didn't know this, it's been pretty much confirmed, pretty much leaked out there that Sledgehammer, who has made Modern Warfare 3, Vanguard, COD World War II, they wanted to make Advanced Warfare 2. They wanted to make that game. I don't know how it would have been received, but they wanted to make that where Vanguard was. And I'm assuming they probably wanted to make that where Modern Warfare 3 was as well, but both times Activision said, no, here's the plan. You're gonna make a World War II shooter because people want that, and you're gonna make a Modern Warfare 3 game because people like modern games. And it seems like Activision won't let these people cook, and they're just continuing to make the same games over and over again. When we talk about Call of Duty fatigue, it's because we're getting Black Ops and Modern Warfare rotated over and over again. I've said it in other videos recently. We're on Black Ops 7, and if the next Call of Duty is Modern Warfare, it's going to be Modern Warfare 7. We don't need to be in Modern Warfare 7 and Black Ops 7. We don't. So it almost feels like Activision needs to, I guess, let go of the grip of, we're gonna make this game, and I think you gotta let these developers cook a lot more, because it obviously shows when these developers go away and go to other games, they are doing a phenomenal job. You can tell Fortnite has no restrictions on Ted Timmons. This guy came from Warzone, went to Fortnite, started cooking. And I mean, even, I know Arc Raiders doesn't have anybody from COD, I don't think, but even then, you can tell that these developers are they're just trying stuff. And that's when I think, that's when opportunity and greatness happens, when you're allowing these people to just do stuff. I mean, even with Mark Rubin, who made the golden age of CODs, you know, he made X Defiant with a separate group of people. And you might have your opinions on X Defiant as a game, but there's no like, I feel like, to me, argument that the game itself wasn't good. They just launched it terribly. They didn't give us content, and they released it in Modern Warfare 3 when Call of Duty fixed all their problems. If they would have released it during MW2, you better believe it would have made a dent, just like Arc Raiders is making a dent into Call of Duty this year. So to summarize, I feel like Activision needs to get over themselves a little bit here. Let these developers come and pitch some wacky ideas, because there is creative people in these development teams. There's no secret around it, because when they leave, it feels like they become better. And so how many Call of Duties in my, I'm thinking about this today, is how many Call of Duties have been canned or like adjusted because they won't let them kind of do what they want to do, or just, I mean, I don't know, just, I guess I said it already, but like just completely scrapped. Like, I know of some that have been cut before and they didn't even let them get to the development stage. So I know that they've been pitched stuff. At this point, if it is Modern Warfare 7, after that, we have got to wipe the slate clean. We have got to just cut everything, get rid of those names. It's time. It's time to start fresh. It's time to have a brand new idea. And you know what? It really can't get worse than this, in my opinion. We've hit I feel like we've hit a low of low that I feel like there's only one way to go up. Maybe I'm wrong, but a new idea, maybe taking a year off and giving us a remaster in between might be the play that you will see to get Call of Duty where it's at. So, I feel like for me lately, guys, I've just been enjoying talking. I've been enjoying talking to you guys. Dude, the amount of comments we've been getting in these videos, they're in like the thousands. Because I think a lot of you guys, despite not liking Call of Duty right now, you do love the franchise like I do. And you want to see it get back to what it was. Especially when, it used to just be great. Everybody seeing everybody online and playing COD, and, so these opinion videos, these rants, whatever, these yap sessions, they're going to continue. And the positive feedback that I've gotten from you guys has been amazing. And so my thought to you, or I guess my wrap up question to you is, do you think I'm cooking here? Do you think it's the developers not having the creative flow? Do you think it's Activision holding them back? Where do you see Call of Duty kind of going to kind of get that spike back of, wow, we love Call of Duty again. So anyway, appreciate you guys so much. I'm actually working on a little bit of a green screen setup down in my kind of my family room area, which is probably not going to go over well with the wife, but it is what it is. Gonna try to mix some of that content in here soon with some shorts and all that stuff. If you haven't subscribed to Tdawg 2, I'm gonna be playing some other games over there, but for now we're just gonna kind of chat with you guys, keep this rhythm going, trying to do daily uploads. So if you enjoy it, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.